So if you want to do a entirely no waste soup, you'd make it like this. Super psyched for this. Amazing. Well worth the effort. Are you comfortable, my little sweetheart? Are you comfy? I'm gonna do some cooking. You just relax. Okay? I thought I'd do this one old school style, using dried beans. Back in the day, this was one of the best-selling soups at Whole Foods Market on their hot bars. And I just figured I'd recreate it healthier and much better because we're gonna make it in home. You can also do this recipe with canned beans. No problem at all. It'll save you a little bit of time. But the reason why I like to use dried beans, A, it's healthier. I can control the sodium and what goes in them and how I make them. There's no additives or anything. B, they're so much cheaper and I get so much more out of buying dried beans than I would out of any can. So it's much less expensive. And C, I think they taste better. If you cook them correctly in the broth, you can just eat them on their own, whereas I wouldn't just eat out of a can of beans unless I absolutely had to. You'd have to dress them up a bit. But these, we could just eat the white beans on their own, no problem, if that's what you want to go for. So this is a good recipe for that. But we are gonna make an amazing dish out of them. Yes, it'll take a little bit longer, but the quality, it's worth it. And it's cooking. I love to cook. And if you get better at cooking, the easier and faster and more enjoyable it gets. So for the beans, check this out. We're gonna use 2 onions in this recipe, but I'm only gonna start with 1. So 1 onion. The ends, and cut it in half. So I'm gonna break this recipe into 3 parts. Cooking the beans as delicious as possible as a base ingredient, making the soup, and then the topping, my favorite. Next we'll use celery. So I won't use all this in the beginning, but I do wanna use, and rather than throwing this away, the bottom part, we'll use it. And then I'm gonna separate 1, 2, 5 of the, whatever you call these things, the celery ribs. Save the rest for something else. Next we're gonna use carrots. I got 1 really big one, and then 3 medium. I've already washed these, so I'm not gonna throw away these. We're gonna use them in the beginning. We'll save these. Next up, we're gonna use some fresh herbs. And then I have some thyme, some string we'll use for this. So we're gonna make a nice herb bundle. Sprig of sage, rosemary, some thyme, and then I have a good amount of parsley. Take it, stems and all, just like this. Then you have that big bunch of herbs, wrap it up, tie it tight. And then we have our bouquet garni, beautiful. I like wrapping my herbs in like a moist paper towel, putting them in a plastic container. Or glass container if you prefer that. I just don't like wasting my takeout containers and I just reuse them over and over again. Beans, I'm gonna simmer these on a low heat. I'm gonna add that celery butt, the 1 onion cut in half, the carrot, and then the fresh bouquet garni. 1 pinch of black pepper, probably a ½ teaspoon, and then about a teaspoon of flake salt. And then this is what it looks like. In total, I'm gonna add probably there's 4 large cloves and 4 small cloves, so like 8 cloves of garlic. I'm gonna add 5 cloves right to the stock, the broth, and then save 3 for the soup. Gonna add the cover, let some steam come out. Next up, super important, Frankie's treat. If it comes to a boil, just lower it down to a low heat. I only want it to simmer. You can bring it up to a boil first, but then let it simmer the rest of the way. And it will take a good hour or two. So once you get the beans that far, you don't want to bring them to a boil. I mean, you can boil them and you can cook them a little bit faster. But the reason why I want a nice, slow, long cook is because I want those beans to stay together. I don't want them to crack. I don't want them to explode. I want a nice, plump white bean. And that's going to be delicious. And the texture is just phenomenal. So by slow cooking them, it'll also draw out all those flavors from the herbs and the onion. You could add jalapeno in there if you want, because I want these beans to be delicious on their own. And then we're just going to add that to the soup. So I always try to make every single thing we're putting into a dish super delicious, and this is no different. Yes, it's a little bit of time consuming. If you don't have the time, don't make this or use canned beans. But if you're looking for something super hearty, super food, just delicious, healthier food, it's a good weekend project. You can start it the night before, which is what I did. I just got up super early and soaked those beans. I actually ended up soaking them for 2 days. I couldn't cook it yesterday, so then I just put the beans in the fridge with the water and then just wash out the beans after that. So the only thing we're not gonna do from scratch is the broth. So I'm gonna use a little bit of bouillon for the broth, a veg bouillon. But you will get a lot out of this. So I used 1 pint of the white beans. That 2 cups dried white beans will make quite a bit. And you can obviously make a lot more if you want, just up it. It's just the base ingredients. This is a guide for you. I hope it is super helpful. And it smells delicious in here. Just give this a quick stir, see how they're doing. Oh, they're getting there though. Because they soaked, they cook a lot faster. Ow. Do you wanna go on a walk?
So it's coming.
Whoa, I love you. You have fun. I'm gonna make this soup. It'll be ready by the time you get back. All right, so these beans are looking good. I'm just gonna move them to the side. The beans are al dente right now, so I can smash them, which is perfect for what I'm looking for. We're gonna be making the soup, and they're gonna have extra cooking time in the soup as well. Now for the veg prep. 1 onion. So I want everything the same size as the beans. So just a quick dice. Celery, the 4 ribs. Cut these ones right in half, nothing big. Right onto the tray. Next I have those 4 carrots. I'm just gonna wanna dice these. And the way I like to do it is I always cut a small piece off the bottom to hold it down. And then slice, because this one's big. Stack, cut this in half, and half. You can also do half and half for the smaller size ones. Once that's zested, give it a quick rough chop, because we'll juice it. Lemon going right on. We got all the prep done. I'm gonna light this big burner. If you don't want to use oil in this one, don't use any oil. I'm gonna add a glug or 2 out for me. This is an olive oil. As soon as that gets up in temperature, it's one of the reasons why I like to use paper, because I can add all the veg right from it. And I can reuse that. Just gonna pick out the celery and the large onion, so the carrot bits with the beans. And the only thing I'm gonna get rid of is the herbs, so I'll save that. Just gonna give these a quick stir. I'm just gonna saute these for a couple minutes, not long. Take the beans we have, add them. Lower this to a medium-low heat. I have some boiling water going, and I'm gonna make my broth. I'm using broth from a bouillon. You can use store-bought broth and add it to it, but I like having the powdered or the paste. It's just easier for me to keep in the house all the time. So whatever kind of bouillon you use, just follow the directions on the package. Add less if you want less salty. We'll also season the soup as well. Here's a fun bit. I was cooking yesterday and this stupid whisk broke. I hate the ones you buy that are super cheap and they're just like for home and they have the plastic handles. I do not like those at all. I prefer just commercial restaurant equipment. Whiskey in the bouillon. I'm gonna taste it first. It's nice. It's gonna cover the beans probably about an inch with the broth just to cover. Now the beans are pretty cooked. It'll probably be done in another 20, 30 minutes. I want those veggies to cook out and really start melding nicely. Gonna turn that heat down to a low heat. That lemon that we saved, just gonna squeeze that in. My lemon squeezer. Ugh. Looking good. So this part is totally optional. It's gonna add those onion scraps and the celery, a little bit of carrot, cup of water. It'll help make it super creamy. Done. And then I just add it right to the soup. Just stir it in. Why bother wasting it? It's delicious, but now I gotta season it. For seasoning, I'm just gonna add another pinch of black pepper, another pinch of salt, maybe a little bit more. It's really not salty. There's very little fat in this. If you want to add a knob of plant-based butter, that's cool. If you want to add a little bit more oil in the beginning, that's cool. If you guys are looking for Christmas ideas, this is called a flame tamer. It just helps make sure nothing burns. So I'm going to put this on a low simmer on a smaller burner. Now it's slow cooking. This gives me time to clean the kitchen, prep up the toppings. If I have guests coming over, this is like where I'll have it all set and I'll have all these topping stuff set up and just ready to go. So you just can bowl it up and serve it. But it's key to make these toppings. If you don't want to make the toppings, you can just stop. This is your recipe for the soup right here. It's great as it is. I do want to give it a little bit more time to cook. And the toppings are what really make me happy. For the kale, dino kale, dark green kale. Just cutting the bottom off so I have the hiccups. Apologize. And then I'm just going to take off the rib, all of them. Like this. This is just one bunch of kale. You can buy chopped kale. And when I get down to this bottom part, I just give it a quick chop. Roll up in a ball. Slice it. Bite size. And this is already washed, so if you want to wash it again. I'm just going to add it right to the soup. And stir it in. I have all my toppings ready, and this is how I would do it if I had a restaurant. Or if I had a lot of guests coming over, could just do a buffet. You could do any kind of different toppings you want. So I grilled some French bread with a little bit of olive oil on it. I had some extra green onions in the fridge. I had some of that delicious tempeh tofu Italian sausage in the fridge still, so I'm using that. I'll pop that recipe down below if you haven't seen that one already. But it's a good way to use this as well on top of soups like this. I had some frozen peas and I just blanched them in boiling water from the kettle. And then I had a nice mixture of zucchini, courgette, yellow and green ones, and I just did a quick roast on that with a little bit of salt and pepper. So these are all my toppings. And this is the soup already. And then I'm going to finish it off with a little bit of parsley. And then if you have some good olive oil, this is where I would add that. Just a little drizzle. Super psyched for this. Amazing. Delicious. The soup itself, just so comforting on its own, without any of the accoutrements or anything. Just so good, comfortable, not overly salty, just some good flavor. I will probably add some chili peppers just because I like everything spicy, but we'll try some with the toppings. Wow, that sausage has so much flavor. Soup isn't exactly beard and mustache friendly, but so good. A little pop of the peas, the roasted courgettes, fresh parsley just to finish it. This is like a 5-star soup that you could make anywhere. At home, in a restaurant, diner, fancy. Okay, Frankie, hold on. I can't give you any soup, but I can give you a piece of the bread. Good girl. Okay. Is that good? Good girl. Yum. Good girl. If you guys like this video, please check out sausage tempeh recipe right here if you want to watch that, because it is key to make so many different things super flavorful. And we got more coming up. Appreciate you. Have a great week. Try not to stress out too much. No anxiety, no worries. See you soon.